Hello everyone, I am Smart Vision. Today I will demonstrate how to set up a local video generation application similar to Sora 2. This is a video workflow that automatically generates a full story with multiple scenes based on a single prompt, using the latest open source technologies. The full process currently requires at least 65 GB of RAM and 16 GB of VRAM. Memory management is not yet perfect, and occasional crashes may occur. If your hardware is insufficient, don't worry, you can watch this first to get inspiration. I am currently testing a low RAM, low VRAM version, which I will release once it passes testing.
Hello everyone, welcome to Smart Vision. This channel focuses on practical, locally runnable AI knowledge and workflows that can help you make money. If you enjoy my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support is my greatest motivation to keep creating. For more downloadable examples and useful workflows, follow my Patreon. Now, let's begin today's episode.
First, let's clarify the logic of the entire process. 1. Generate a complete story from a single prompt. To maintain character consistency, we first generate an image for each important character. Next, we break the story down into scenes. Based on the scene breakdown, we categorize the scenes and route them to different types of workflows to generate images and videos. Finally, we synthesize sound effects and voice audio. We provisionally divide the scenes into 4 categories. 1. Scenes without characters, such as pure backgrounds, landscapes. 2. Scenes with characters who are speaking. 3. Scenes with characters who are speaking, requiring voice audio and lip synchronization. Scenes with multiple characters interacting, currently unsupported but will be added in future updates. This implementation covers scene types 1 to 3. Type 4 will be included in subsequent versions. First, you need to install Ollama and ComfyUI. After installing Ollama, you need to enable this specific setting so that ComfyUI connects to it. Open ComfyUI and drag my workflow file into it. Open the ComfyUI manager, click Install Missing Nodes. Install the missing nodes and then restart. Let's look at the settings group. The parameters required in this group are the character image, video and image height and width, and the paths to type.prompts.txt, image.prompts.txt, video prompts.txt, sound prompts.txt, and audio prompts.txt. Also the voice audio file for character A. Type prompts records the type of each scene. We have temporarily defined 3 types. 1. Scenes without characters. 2. Scenes with 1 character. And 3. Scenes with 1 character speaking. Image prompts records the image prompts for the scenes. Video prompts records the video prompts for the scenes. Sound prompts records the sound effect prompts for the scenes. Audio prompts records the character dialogue for the scenes. Character prompts records the appearance prompts for the characters appearing in the story. Each line in these files corresponds to 1 scene shot, and the system processes them sequentially. For example, if the first line of type prompts is 2, it means this scene should execute the second workflow group. The first line of image prompts contains the image prompt for the first scene, the second line for the second scene, and so on. Each line in audio.prompts.txt contains the character's dialogue for that scene. This current workflow only handles a single character. Please wait for future updates for multi-character support. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's look at Group 1. Generate prompts. This workflow group uses Ollama to generate the prompt files, such as type.prompts and image.prompts based on a single sentence prompt provided by the user. Here, we set the output file path and file names. This is where we define the role of the AI, and here is the task it needs to perform. I have provided examples here, which you can modify according to your needs. When running, you can first disable other groups, click Run, and generate all the prompt files first to save VRAM. Once generated, write the paths of these prompt files into the corresponding fields in the setting group. Next, we can use character images generation to create the corresponding character images. I used Flux Krea Dev here. Enter the character prompt here. Once filled in, just click Run. Of course, you can also use other AI apps. Choose your preferred character, and once generated, set the image path in the setting group. And let's look at the image generation modules. 2.1 Generate scene images. I also used Flux Krea Dev here, aiming to generate scenes without characters. It reads the image generation prompts, width, and height from the setting module to create the image. 2.2 Generate scene images with characters. I used Qwen Image at 2509 here, aiming to generate scenes that include characters. After the execution of the clip nodes in this section, I have added memory release nodes to conserve VRAM. How does the workflow decide which of these two to execute? Look at the scene type selector 1 group here. It reads the scene category from typeprompts.txt and feeds that category into the switch node, which then determines which group should be executed to generate the image. Notes: you should not add a save image node within these two image generation groups. It must be added after the switch node. Otherwise, both workflows will execute, which often leads to out-of-memory errors. Once the images are generated, we need to convert them into videos. There are two scenarios for video conversion. 3.1 Generate single character videos. For scenes where the character isn't speaking, or there are no characters. 3.2 Generate single character speaking videos. For scenes where the character is speaking, I am using WAN 2.2 for both. For the first type, I use WAN 2.2 I2V, image to video. For the second type, I use WAN 2.2 S2V, speech to video. The second type also includes VibeVoice, used to generate the character's voice audio. This selection is also managed via the scene type selector. Finally, for sound effect generation, I use Stable AudioX. This module reads the sound prompt and the generated video to create the corresponding sound effects. The full process currently recommends 63GB RAM, 16GB VRAM. Insufficient VRAM will lead to frequent out-of-memory OOM errors. I have added numerous memory release nodes throughout the workflow, but crashes still occur sometimes. I will continue optimizing this in the future. When running, I suggest executing in segments, such as first run only prompt generation and character avatars, then image generation, and finally video and sound effects to reduce single run memory pressure. If you only have lower spec hardware, I recommend using lower resolutions, reducing the number of simultaneously active models, or waiting for the low RAM, low VRAM version that I will be releasing soon. Alright, that concludes this episode. I have uploaded the complete ComfyUI workflow, example files such as type.prompts, image.prompts, etc., and usage instructions to my Patreon. If you like this, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support is my greatest motivation for creating content. See you next time.